Okay guys, it's going to be a quick recap on number patterns. Basically just arithmetic and quadratic is what I want to sort out first up here. So it's going to be arithmetic, just denoting it by AS. What we need to know is Tn is equal to A plus your difference into n minus 1. Obviously, we do know that this is the term value, this is the first term, this is the difference, and this is the term number. Now, all we're going to do is let's put a basic one, 8, 3 minus 2, and so onwards. And what we're going to do now is just basically find out what the term or the general term for this is. So the general term is basically the Tn formula. That's what we need to know. All right, so it's just going to be Tn. The A value is 8 plus the difference, and obviously here the difference between, we always take it from term 2 minus term 1. The difference here is going to be minus 5. So we put that as, actually we can actually put that there because it's going to be the difference that we're dealing with now as minus 5 into n minus 1. Okay, so when you do this, I would suggest actually doing it like this here. You use the actual formula. So let me actually write the formula out for you. Then we can put everything inside rather. I don't want to confuse anyone. The d into n minus 1. So the a value, like we said, the a value is 8 plus the difference, which is now minus 5 into n minus 1. And then we have it as 8 minus 5n plus 5. And what we are left with is essentially minus 5n plus 13. That's it. That's our TNR general term. Then obviously, if you wanted to find, let's say, the 20th term, let's say we want to find term 20, all you're going to do is you're going to take that 20 and sub it in place of n. So your 20th term would essentially be minus 5 into 20 plus 13. And that's it, done there. That should be an easy one. So minus 5 times 20 plus 13 is going to give me minus 87. Minus 87, done. Okay, so that's just taking us back to our arithmetic sequence. However, an introduction into what we're going to be doing this year is an important concept of an SN formula. Now, an SN formula basically tells us the sum of this particular sequence till a particular value, for example, right? So what we're actually going to do here is the following. Is we are going to do this. We are going to find the sum of the first 3 numbers manually. We'll find the sum of the first 3 numbers manually, right? So what is 8 plus 3? What is 8 plus 3 minus 2? So you can put that as simple and easy. You can say, okay, it's going to be 8 plus 3 minus 2. So if you want, you're more than welcome to use your calculators, which is just going to give us 9, and that's done. So that's the sum of the first 3 terms. However, when it gets a bit more complex, you're going to actually have to use this beautiful formula over here, which is going to assist us in calculating the sum of a particular linear or arithmetic sequence. So watch this. So here, we're going to have it as Sn. We're going to find the sum of the first 3, because we only have 3 terms so far. We only have 3 terms so far. So 3 terms. And our A value is still the same. A value is still going to be 8. Plus the difference of minus 5. And how many terms are we dealing with? Like we said, we are dealing with 3 terms. So 3 minus 1, and that's it. So if you put this whole thing in your calculator, you can put it as 3 over 2. Into 2 times 8 plus minus 5 into 3 minus 1. And then close that bracket. And you're going to get 9 as we had before, just to make sure of it, yeah? So that's where we're going to use this new concept of sum of an arithmetic sequence. Just one more example to this thing would be, let's say we had the following sequence. Let's say we had 35 plus 38 plus 41 and so onwards, and we wanted to calculate, we'll call this example 1, we wanted to calculate the first, calculate the sum of the first 12 terms. So all you do is you're going to use the same formula. Sn is equal to n over 2 into 2a plus d into n minus 1. It's just so you guys get used to this formula essentially. So our a value is still going to be 35, and then comes the difference situation. So 38 minus 5 is just going to be 3, so we know it's a positive 3 for our difference value there. So it's going to be this Sn, we know it's 12 terms, it's 12 over 2 into 35 plus a difference of 3 into 12 minus 1, and that's it. So we plug that into our calculator and we are pretty much sorted out. So let me just make sure I close that. So we should get it as 618. That should be our sum of the first 12 terms. Right guys, I hope that makes sense for this formula. Like I said, it's a very important formula to understand for this year. There is one more that we're going to be doing in our class, which is going to be this one here, which is n over 2 into a plus l. But yeah, I just wanted to introduce you guys into this thing called sum of a particular sequence. At least now you know it, and by the time we start properly with it on Monday, you'll be fine, yeah?